Hello, dear friends, how are you? What is the most important thing for each one of us? I believe it is our life and our health. And for that reason, it must be given the due importance. The health is wealth. So, for that reason, health must be the number one priority. And once we are talking about the health, there are certain habits which are damaging our health, and these must be eradicated, thrown out of our life. And once we talk about the dangerous, the bad, the harmful habits, there are certain foods and certain drinks as well, which are having the very bad adverse effect upon our health, upon our life. So, for all that reason, we need to identify and we need to take it out of our routine. Inflammation causing foods and drinks. These are nine in number. There could be certain other, but nine of these are very, very common. So we need to identify, we need to abstain from all that. If at all we want to live longer, if at all we want to live a happier life, if at all we want to live a healthier life. So, what are those nine? The first one is the processed and packaged foods. The processed and packaged foods are very, very bad for health indeed. And we need whatever is available in the packets, packaged in the processed in the factories, that is very, very bad indeed. Why it is so? They are least concerned with our health. They will only avoid the things which are banned by the law, and they might be held accountable in the court of law. Otherwise, they don't care. And they only care about their sales, and sales because of their taste. And health does not matter to them. Public health does not matter to them. So it is very, very important indeed that we should avoid the packaged food, whatever is processed in the factories. And it is better to take the things in the raw form, taking the things in the raw form and then preparing them. Now, the second thing, after the packaged foods, the second is sugary foods. And sugar is very bad. Refined sugar is very, very bad. We must avoid it or minimize the usage of the refined sugar. It is called a slow poison, it is called a white poison. So we need to avoid it. It is very, very bad indeed. So, my dear friends and fellows, after the refined sugar, it is the dairy products for some of, but for some of the people, not for everybody. Dairy products are bad, but for some of the people, and particularly the cow milk in Pakistan, and it is not good at all. Maybe because the kind of food being given to to these cows, or because of the medicines and the injections, and all of that makes the dairy in Pakistan not so good at all, and particularly the cow's milk. It is bad indeed. The fourth is the gluten containing foods, and it is bad for some, particularly those with the celiac disease. It must be avoided. Any food which contain the gluten. And now it is the red and processed meat. Red meat and the processed meat. Whatever is the red meat must be eaten in a very lesser quantity. And overuse and overeating of the mean regularly eating the red meat, it create lot of troubles, inflammation, cardiovascular disease, not so good at all. Or even if at all the meat is a white one, but it is a processed meat, it must be avoided at the same time. So it is the red and the processed meat which all should we need to avoid. Now, the sixth item which causes inflammation and disease in the human body, which is really bad, it is the fried foods. Fried foods are not good. It is quite bad. It does causes inflammation. But the fried food in Pakistan, the street food in Pakistan, it is not good at all. And why? Because the oil quality is very poor on the one hand, and they are not replacing it, not discarding it. Only it has to get dried. They keep adding more and more oil in the same oil, and it is, it is called the reheating of the oil, which is very bad for our health. It does cause a lot of inflammation indeed. And my dear friend, now the seventh item, these are the foods high in saturated and trans fats. Foods high in saturated and trans fat can contribute a lot of inflammation, hence it must be avoided. The eighth item, that is the sugary drinks. It is the summer season. And summer season, we drink a lot of sugary drinks wherever we go. We are offered the sugary drinks, or even the tea with the sugar, hot drink, tea or coffee with the sugar. The refined sugar must be used in a minimum quantity, otherwise it is going to be very bad indeed. Now, the ninth and the last item on the list, which causes inflammation and which is very bad for our health, and it is foods containing artificial additives. Foods containing artificial additives. It is additives, very bad indeed. Some additives can actually trigger lot of inflammation. These are the nine foods which are causing inflammation in the human body, and inflammation in the human body mean lot of diseases. Now coming to the items which are good for our health, and because it reduces the inflammation in the body, so that is really very good, and it prevents us from the disease. Number one such thing is fatty fish. It is not easy to obtain at all for a commoner. So for that reason, even if at all you can't afford it, I can't afford it, leave it. Now, the second thing that is very easy to find, very cheap to buy, and it is the leafy greens like spinach, like different sort of saws, or the leaves of the turnip, the leaves of the mooli, or Deccan. That is very good. Leafy greens are very good indeed. The third item, it is the third item on the list. It is, my dear friends and fellows, berries. Berries are very good indeed. And it is the season, the summer season is the strawberry season. And there are certain other blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries are very common, available everywhere else. Simply, we need to wash it well because they separate, and it is, we need to wash well because that is quite poisonous. So berries are very good for the reducing inflammation. And now the fourth such item which reduces the inflammation, it is the nuts and the seeds. The nuts and the seeds like walnuts, almonds, pistachio, and also this is like chia seed and pumpkin seeds, and certain other seeds as well, melon seeds. Eating the seeds and the nuts, it is very good for reducing the inflammation. Now the fifth such item is the olive oil. Olive oil, if at all, we can use the minimum quantity of it, if at all, if it is expensive and not so affordable for many. Or we can use the local mustard oil for the purpose of cooking. Then the sixth item, which is very cheap, very cheap indeed, and that is turmeric. Turmeric is very easily available, very cheap indeed. It does contain the curcumin, which is so good for the health. Now, the seventh item, which is also very easy to find, very easy to buy, it is the ginger. And ginger too, I think it reduces the inflammation. We can take it in the several forms. We can cook it in the vegetable, and we can drink the tea of the ginger. And it is, ginger is very useful, and of course turmeric is very useful. Eight such item also very easy to find, and it is the green tea. Green tea, it is cheaper than the black milk tea, cheaper than that, but it is very useful, very beneficial. Simply, we need to make a habit of taking it on a daily basis. And now the ninth such item, which is also very easy, it is the fermented foods. Fermenting of the foods, and particularly the dough. And we can ferment the foods. It is so useful, so beneficial indeed. My dear friends and fellows, nine items which does cause inflammation, bad for the health, it must be avoided. 10 items which are found reducing, the inflammation and keeping us healthy. Now there are four additional tips which are highly beneficial. And the first such additional beneficial tip is that is stay hydrated. Water is life and drink plenty of it. The second item, it is exercise regularly. The third item, it is the management of the stress, manage your stress. The fourth and the last item, it is get enough sleep. Sleeping some 7, 8, 9 hours every night. Quality sleep, it is very, very good. So these are something very beneficial, very useful indeed. I think we must be taking care of our health more than anything else. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.